I'll show you how your sales team can unlock peak performance in sales without using stimulants or coffee. My name is Manus and I've developed this data-driven peak performance protocol that has helped 120 entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and executives so far unlock peak mental performance and make more money in their business using data. So your sales performance is controlled by two variables: your sales, leads, and offer. So your sales skills, your lead quality, and offer quality, which is something that we're not going to talk about in this video. And the other variable is your mental state, your ability to articulate yourself, your energy levels, your focus, your how motivated you are to pick up the phone and call leads, etc. So the mental state that you're in order to talk to people and conduct the sales call themselves. Now, there are two main approaches that we've found sales professionals, sales teams, and in general closers in terms of controlling the mental state that they're in to conduct sales calls and perform at their best while on calls. We have the short-term grind approach. And the short-term grind it starts by waking up tired, being stressed out, you can't fall asleep at night, and you have that energy roller coaster, so your energy levels are inconsistent throughout the day. That leads you to do something. So you usually take nicotine, caffeine, other stimulants, cold showers, fasting, meditating. So you try to implement all those things to experience a boost in your energy and performance for the short term. Where does this lead to? This leads you to power through the day. So it doesn't matter if you're energized, tired, sad, or happy. You are going to use tools to get through the day and get stuff done. And you essentially repeat this until you burn out and crash, because this is not sustainable. The result of this is that the CEO, the company is investing into sales training, believing that it's the root cause of the problem, while in reality, it's not the actual root cause of the problem. The closers keep churning because of poor performance and because the team is frustrated and the company is frustrated, and the company spends more and more time and money into training new closers, into trying to find superstars. The other approach is the consistent peak performance approach. And the way that it works is the following. Both of the approaches start the exact same way. You have the symptoms. So you wake up tired, you're stressed out, you can't fall asleep at night, you have this energy roller coaster. So in both situations, you have to do something about it. We saw that the grind approach, the short-term grind approach, you have to power through the day using stimulants, caffeine, Adderall, whatever else that you can find, cold showers, fasting, meditating, to try and keep your mind sharp. But the other approach, you actually identify the key needle movers using data. You track your sleep quality, recovery, and stress levels. You track your hormone levels, nutrient deficiencies, digestion, intolerances, and gut health. You track your productivity, distractions, and focus levels. So you use that data. So instead of, we go a step below, and instead of optimizing or doing things to power through the day, you actually zoom out and see what is the root cause of the lack of energy, lack of focus, or inconsistent performance, and you actually then use the data to create a personalized protocol for peak performance. The things that you can do with the data is tailor your work schedule and daily routine based on sleep quality and recovery. So you tailor your calendar based on what are the hours that you sleep the best and what are the hours you perform the best. You tailor the things that you're eating and taking based on your blood work and medical tests for optimal performance. So instead of fasting or instead of going paleo or keto, because that's what you saw on the internet, you actually analyze your own body's data and see what allows you to perform at your maximum potential sustainably instead of trying crash diets here and there, and tailor your diet and supplementation based on the blood work and medical tests. And then you tailor your closers' calendars, as I said, and their work schedules based on their peak focus level hours, based on the hours that they're statistically more likely to close people and perform at their highest level. Where does that lead to? That leads to you using the data to keep everyone accountable and keep optimizing. So instead of doing this, powering through the day, crashing after a while, and then kind of like going through this loop cycle of lack of energy, poor performance, powering through, using tools to power through the day, aka stimulants and cold showers and stressing your body out, and then crashing and doing the same again, you use the data to keep everyone in your team accountable, and keep optimizing. So you create a dashboard that hosts all of the team's data and ranks their performance based on their stress levels, the sleep quality, and then their sales metrics, like, for example, their cash collected and close rate. And you identify the key habits, routines, or protocols that help drive the most revenue for each closer individually. Again, each one individual person is different. And so it doesn't make sense for you to put everyone on the same spectrum, on the same routine, on the same diet, because that's something that works typically for people. If you personalize everything based on what works best for each closer, that is gonna allow you to identify the key things that help drive the most revenue for each closer, whether that be habits, routines, foods, supplements, sleep schedule, etc. And that will allow you to remove the variables and habits that will lead to inconsistency and poor performance. Where does that lead to, you may ask? You establish a high standard of performance and you keep refining using the data that you've gathered. The company makes more money because every one of the closers is performing statistically better. The closers make more money, and as a result, the closers are less likely to churn because the company invests into them, cares for them. The closers perceive that the company cares for them. The closers make more money as a result of performing better, and they're in a better mood. They're more coachable. They have more energy. Their stress levels are lower because they sleep better. So it's all a positive cycle that repeats itself. And this isn't something that I came up with before kind of preparing this Miro board and filming the video. It's something that I've gathered through working with hundreds of people. You can go to this channel, Pure Focus Testimonials, and see how we help this agency owner here who does mostly sales go from 15K to 50K a month by maximizing his mental performance. How we helped this agency owner who, along with his brother, Matt, they doubled his business as a result of dialing in their mental performance. Here, Ruben, he is a sales professional, so he works in high-ticket sales, and he went from not hitting his KPIs. So he was, literally the thing that he mentions in the video was that he was 0% in his targets, and he was already, he's almost getting fired, to exceeding his targets by, I think, $100,000 or $150,000. Then we have Matt Shields, another agency owner. We have Emmanuel, we have Corey. All those people here are, one of the main aspects of their jobs is talking to people and closing deals and doing sales for their companies. So you can walk through those testimonials, case studies, and interviews so that the people we worked with can tell you for themselves how this actually works. Because everyone that we usually work with in the beginning are in this mindset, short-term grind. They have those symptoms, or their team, they can tell that their team is having those symptoms of poor performance. And what they do to cope with that is caffeine, nicotine, cold showers. They try to go to the gym. They try to fast. They try to meditate. All of those different woo-woo things that typically are best practice for most people. But what are best practices doesn't mean that it is the best way to achieve peak mental performance and have your team perform at 0.1%. Because you need to, the same exact way as you're tracking your sales data. Okay, so this closer, Bob, had 31% offer to close rate. But Alex had 65% offer to close rate. So what is the problem? Well, Bob only has a 20% offer, a 20% qualification rate for the leads that hop on the calls, while Alex has an 80%. So you go deeper with the data and you see what's the root cause of the problem. But when you wake up tired, you're stressed out, you can't fall asleep at night, you're on that energy roller coaster, and the only thing that you're tracking is how many steps you're taking per day, how many hours you're sleeping, like I went to bed at 11 and woke up at 6, and how many calories you're eating per day. This isn't enough data to be able to quantify the root cause of the problem, exactly what you need to focus on a routine level, supplement level, hormone level, dietary level, to be able to perform better and solve the actual root cause of the problem and the key needle mover. And after working with over 120 entrepreneurs, sales professionals, and executives so far with this to help them maximize their mental performance, so as you can see here, they can double, triple, or quadruple their output. I've created a protocol that you can use to apply for your own sales team in order to maximize their mental performance and work output. so that they can increase their closing rate and perform at their peak mentally and physically every single day. So if you want to see what this protocol is and how you can implement it to copy it for your own business, watch this video here on the screen where I show you what this protocol is exactly and what are the steps you can take to integrate this for your own sales team to help them maximize their performance and perform at a 0.1% level.